Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. Wow, what a day. What a fantastic day. To my super chat, thank you so very much. Hit subscribe right now, ladies and gentlemen. I just uploaded a segment that is going to be of use to people who enjoy the uploads. So here is my uploaded segment. You can watch it, enjoy it. This is going to be very important. And here is a quick summary. Rod Rosenstein is in charge of the Mueller probe. Rod Rosenstein could be replaced, once he's fired, by a gentleman that Vox from every once in a while has really good articles, only accidentally, because they confirm our hopes and their fears. So you and I, we want the Mueller probe to end. Vox, 3 hours ago, if Rosenstein is removed from the FBI, Trump could replace him with someone more willing to axe the special counsel. Yes! Fantastic! Mazel tov! Fantastic news! Beautiful! Que bueno! Amazing! Any other language that you can think of? Très bien! This is fantastic. But Vox is very upset with that. So that's the issue. The issue is they don't want Rosenstein fired. Why? Because Rosenstein is the swampiest of all swamp creatures. And they can't really call it obstruction now because President Obama fired Stanley McChrystal. So the issue here is that there's already a precedent. Look, the New York Times gave Trump ammunition, everything that he needs. I agree with you, Alexander, on that. Hillary's going to run. She'll run from jail. She doesn't care. But you fire Rod Rosenstein, and then you get a gentleman who's awesome and who basically, this gentleman, Noel Francisco, believes that the Constitution. So the Vox goes in, who is Noel Francisco? And then in 2007, he testified about his views on presidential power. Well, what does it say in the Constitution? It says in the Constitution that the president controls the executive branch. Okay. And within the executive branches, the FBI, the NSA, DOJ. Okay. In 2007, Noel Francisco, Rod Rosenstein's possible replacement, well, likely replacement, testified on his views on presidential power. Quote, I don't think it would be appropriate for the Department of Justice to appoint a special counsel. My own personal belief, this is regarding the Bush administration, my own personal belief is that when you hand these issues off to career prosecutors in the public integrity section of the U.S. Attorney's Office in the Department of Justice, those attorneys are generally better able to assess whether the case should be referred. So he's going to go ahead. I mean, worst case, I mean, what I don't like is he might just go ahead and give it to the DOJ, but whatever, it's better than a special counsel. So that's the issue here. The issue is You need Rod Rosenstein to be out of the equation. You need him to be out of the equation. And he's given already, now he says it's a joke. Francisco points to two provisions of the Constitution as giving the president very broad authority. Well, yeah, that's true. The president can hire and fire whomever he wants in the executive branch. Mueller, his team, the DOJ, Sessions, Rosenstein, the CIA, FBI. He can fire Comey. He can fire Rosenstein. He did fire Comey. He could fire Rosenstein. What is it? Any department not linked to Congress or to the Supreme Court. So Trump can do what he wants. He's president within that realm. We have a system of checks and balances. He can't do anything. He can't fire a Supreme Court just, but he can nominate them. Too bad for you, Democrats. Amy Barrett's on deck, by the way. She's waiting. Amy Barrett. If you think you saw a meltdown recently, you just wait until Amy Barrett. Who knows what they'll do? Who knows what they'll do? But exactly why Jeff Sessions won't be going anywhere and will finish his 6 more years as AG. Everything else regarding Sessions is a conspiracy theory. Exactly why Jeff Sessions won't be going anywhere and will finish his 6 more years as AG. I hope that he gets fired. But after midterms, Trump is free to do what he needs to do. And so Vance, I hope, I mean, after midterms, Trump's free to do. Thank you, Vance. Trump's free to do what he needs to do. But so all of this now is interesting. The president's constitutional responsibility to faithfully execute the laws requires adequate authority to remove subordinate officers. And insubordinate. Subordinate officers who act in an insubordinate manner. This is Noel Francisco. The framers understood the close connection between the president's ability to discharge his responsibilities as head of the executive branch and his control over its personnel. Sorry, Democrats, you can't have your special counsel, which is an extension of the Democratic Party. This has nothing to do with the country. It has nothing to do with the election. Hillary Clinton never lost because of Russia. Everybody, there's most hilarious articles saying that Trump would never be nominee, then Trump will never be president, then Trump has to go ahead and abide by the Electoral College and Hillary's win, and then on a dime, oh my God, Russia. They don't know which Facebook ads did what. They have no clue. They have zero clue of anything. They are complete and utter imbeciles. Democrats. Yeah, Democrats. What kind of pathetic, sick metalhead? I don't know. Well, Democrats, this is the thing. This is Democrats, okay? What kind of sick, pathetic, sad, miserable, duplicitous, vile, disingenuous, liars, Democrats would demand a special counsel without even knowing a crime? Did Trump get urinated on by 2 Russian individuals in a Moscow hotel room as he was writing a check to Russian hackers? And anyway, who hasn't been in that experience? No, I'm joking. But I'm joking about that. But Is that a crime? No. Even that's not a crime. Well, I guess, whatever. We'll get too into it. But the point is, there's no crime. I'm not going to get too into, whatever the weeds here, but when someone is accused of anything, the accuser must explain in detail the evidence. Otherwise, it is very difficult to prove something happened. Hello, KKU. Hello. Hello, everyone. 334 people. I love you. But they're petrified now. They're too stupid. They're so stupid. So now I don't know if they're. See, it's one of two things. Either they're so smart that they want Trump to fire Rosenstein before the midterms, or they're so stupid that they're trying to bait Trump to fire Rosenstein before the midterms in hopes that it'll fire up their base, which really doesn't care about Russia. Most Democratic voters don't know really anything about thank you, everyone. They have no clue what happened because nothing happened. The NSA is moderately confident because it's not certain because it has no evidence. They're lying. And it's all because Hillary Clinton actually committed crimes. And something makes me think that Democrats fear the worst. Something makes me think that Democrats fear the worst, which is why they're scratching and clawing and biting and pooping and barfing and they just holding on for dear life and just trying to. They're in a corner. They're like this creature, this wild creature, and they're just scratching and they know that they're not going to win. Okay. I'm I'm reading the comments. That's true. They got no game. But see, Eric H526, enjoy your dinner. What are you eating? Let us know what you're eating. They're scratching and clawing, and they're just trying to, survive for dear life. They're holding on. They're holding on. They don't care what happens. They don't care who they hurt. They don't care. They don't care. They don't care. They just want to present power. I'm powerful. Look at us. Look how powerful we are. We're going to stop SCOTUS. We're going to go ahead and we have 52 investigations. And if you fire Rod Rosenstein, you better be careful. If you fire Mueller, there'll be heck to pay. Well, what are you going to do? You got nothing. You got nothing. And the Senate is going to go Republican, 2 to 6 seats. You have Florida, you have Missouri, you have North Dakota. Okay, Indiana's in play. West Virginia, possibly. Randy, I have my Second Amendment channel. You can see Smith & Wesson, AR. Oh, no, not my AK, everything that I have. Well, almost, that I've rented and some of the firearms I have. Excuse me. But I'm not going to get into this because we're having a nice chat 14 minutes in. Later on, after a half an hour, I'm going to give myself free reign and go ahead and talk about the midterms. Okay? I know that's annoying, but I'm just obsessed with it. But Trump, it's very interesting. I've never seen this in my life, and I don't think anyone else has ever seen this. You know that picture with like everyone pointing their weapon, like, like 100 people all pointing a weapon at somebody in the middle of the photo? It's like they're trying to go ahead. They're trying to go ahead. Thank you, Denise. Thank you. Through the media, destroy Trump. Through the intelligence community, they tried to destroy Trump. He is probably one of the few people, perhaps the only person on the planet who could not only withstand but thrive, and like a judo move, just turn it back on them. Every time they want to hurt Trump, it's like a boomerang that hits them in the forehead. They're like, "We're gonna get you!" No, and they don't know what to do. That's why in life, when you have like an adversary or you have somebody who doesn't like you, you cannot let you have to be cold and calculated in your mind. You cannot let your emotions get the best of you. And Democrats are like, what can we do now? Well, their whole thing is get the people who voted for Clinton so crazed in their mind that they end up voting in the midterms. the problem is midterm turnout is high among Republicans also. So they're like, oh, the primaries. You've seen more people than ever for the Democratic Party. Yeah, they spent $30 million and lost in Georgia. Patricia Moreno, I think they really want Trump to end the Mueller investigation because Mueller has no way to end it. Exactly. They want it could be Patricia Moreno. You could be 100% right about that. We don't know. It could be that it's a bait. They're trying to bait Trump. They're trying to get him to go ahead and do something drastic. Well, I don't see it as drastic, but they think it would be like the end of the world. The funny thing is, the more they would focus on that, the less they'd focus on issues. And issues get voters to the polls. There are issues that get voters. I can tell you right now, Ted Cruz is going to win Texas because Beto O'Rourke wants to ban the modern sporting rifle. Okay? And any firearm enthusiast, any Second Amendment advocate, I love the Second Amendment. I have a Second Amendment, HA Second Amendment, my channel. I need to go back, and I've been so busy lately. It's been so crazy for me, busy, but because believe it or not, I have to go, even though I ramble on and on, I do a lot of research before these segments. And anyway, and I've been writing and all that stuff. But you can see my Daily Caller article below predicting that the House, Republicans keep the House and Senate. But it's interesting when you look at, I guess what I'm trying to say, Trump has outmaneuvered them once again. And every time they try to hurt Trump, they hurt themselves. Every time they want to disparage Trump, they end up disparaging themselves. Now people are talking about Keith Ellison all the time. All the time. And it's like the unintended consequences. Thank you, Kenneth. It's the unintended consequences of hate. When you try to go ahead and do things out of, and I'm not perfect, nobody's perfect, but when you are a political party at your work, when you are trying to engage in an activity that's overtly unethical, you can't help but dig yourself into a hole. And if it's fueled by pure hate, then it's not a good situation. You're just going to continually hurt yourself and harm yourself. So, I mean, this this midterm is a choice between, I guess, pure evil or a functioning country. You know, we're functioning fine. We have a good economy. We're functioning fine. You know, we're functioning. Not only are we functioning, but we have a 4.2% GDP growth. Trump renegotiated NAFTA. Now a greater percentage of our cars are going to be made in the United States of America. These are all interesting, good things. You know, it's not everything when you constantly make things out to be calamities. It's not just the boy who cried wolf. It's you lose a sense of your identity as a political party. If it's the Democratic Party has no identity, even though they they rely on identity politics, but they really have no identity. Nobody knows, like, who are Democrats? Like, what do they stand for? What does Nancy Pelosi stand for? I mean, I don't know. Do you? I don't know. Michael O'Connell. Dems want the FBI to investigate. The Dems corrupt the FBI. Exactly. Hit Russiagate has proven to destroy anyone associated with Trump. Exactly. Oh, I agree with you 100%. The Democrats must be stopped. I don't understand. Well, I'm not going to get into the weeds with that because YouTube policies and all that. I want to go long game. I have my thoughts on that. But if that's the case, Michael, then why don't they go and ask the FBI to investigate Keith Ellison or Bill Clinton? You had Juanita Broaddrick. I mean, the double standard, they don't care about these issues. I agree with you, Michael. I agree with you, Michael O'Connell. Thank you. They don't care about these issues. They just don't care. They're scratching and clawing, and it's kind of pathetic. I almost feel bad for them if they weren't so purely evil. It's not going to work. And like I said, there are beautiful people in the progressive movement. There are beautiful people on the left. There are beautiful pundits and amazing human beings. But the Democratic Party is playing them, and then they're going to turn on them. And you're going to see on November 6th, you are going to see the most epic meltdown. Now, I told you, I analyzed each race. And there's 37 toss-ups according to toss-ups or leaning Democrat, according to the Cook Political Report. And a lot of these, I have no idea. A lot of these are ridiculous. Like the Republican incumbent got, 30,000 more votes, 20,000 more votes in the primaries. Gigi Gregory, I will be right. You will be right. We will celebrate on this channel. Tell your friends. I'm predicting about 2,000 person live stream. They only get 22. Now, I will bore everyone a little later. Because when I start talking about it, a lot of people are like, not again. So boring. 22 is the maximum wins they get, according to my estimate. 22 wins, maximum. And that's me being generous. Now, the realistic wins they get, 15. Anywhere from 10 to 20 is realistic. Anywhere from 10 to 20. 22 is I would say 10 to 17, 18. Yeah, John Cox, this guy came out. This guy is interesting. Have you heard this guy speak? He's got like a swag. Like he has Gavin Newsom is such a bad politician. Oh, he's such a bad politician. He makes Danny O'Connor look like Winston Churchill. Gavin Newsom is so bad. Let's look at the polls here. Every time he speaks, he's like, you need to know, it's like, it was a poop patrol in San Francisco. Like, what do you know? I kid you not. I was in a nice area of LA the other day. I'm just telling you. Yeah, I don't want to like gross you out. I don't want to gross you out. I was going to go to like a nice coffee shop, nice, really nice coffee shop. Okay. And I smelled like it's like I smelled the smell of like someone had pooped not far away. And I wasn't like, I stopped my car and I just put my, card in the meter. And I'm like, Michael O'Connor, how about none? And I'm telling you, I smelled, and I'm like, oh my God, I want to go into this coffee shop. Too much. I'm telling you, I live in LA, so I'm telling you what I have to do. Oh, that's funny, Omar. That's funny. Mr. Deplorable, can I get an order of D-class and a large side of ISA, please? Hold the redactions. Yes. Yes. And just put a little bit of Hillary indictments. Sprinkle that on. I love that. Yes. Yes, Mr. Deplorable. But Mr. Deplorable, let me get back to my smelling of poop in LA. So not only, ladies and gentlemen, can you not go to a CVS in the evening without getting all the meth heads? I'm telling you, like, I'm not, this like MMA guy or this really, really big guy. I have some muscle on me, but I look at the meth heads. If they look at me, like I look at them, like I'm don't touch me because I'm going to hurt you if you do. Every night, the meth heads are out. If you're driving, like the meth head is like, like I'm not talking about homeless people. God bless homeless people. God bless homeless people. God bless the homeless people. I want them. God bless them. No, I'm talking about actual like meth heads that they flick you off when you like swerve around them. So, but getting back to the poop that I smelled. So, so I'm like, I want to go to this coffee shop, and I'm like, I can't be smelling that. Oh my God. Then I'm like, I got to go in because obviously it's not going to be in the coffee shop. And I said, no, I'm just going to leave. Okay. Anyway, that's a great story. Cafe poo. Yes. Blue dot. Yes. Of course, Alexander. No. That was fabricated. So that FBI thing was fabricated by a Democratic operative. Basically made a mountain out of nothing. Mr. Deplorable, you were 100% right. And so, Gavin Newsom is a horrible. He's just horrible. He's so bad. He's so bad. He's so bad. Let's look at the polls. Well, it has him up 23 as of July, but John Cox is awesome, actually. He's hilarious. John Cox closes in on Gavin Newsom. Wow, that's so great. Cafe Duke. Oh, yes. The super chat is on tonight. I mean, or Cafe Merde. I just call it a little French place, Cafe Merde. Poll, John Cox closest on Gavin Newsom. That's so funny. Kevin DeLeon gaining on Dianne Feinstein. That would be so great. That'd be so great. Oh my God. Gavin Newsom leads John Cox 44-39. Oh my God. Oh my God. That'd be so. But he's a really bad politician. Oh my God. Have you heard Gavin Newsom speak? You want to make sure, like, you put your hand on your wallet. Gavin Newsom is slimy. I can do a Gavin Newsom imitation. Oh, let's go ahead and. He's a horrible, horrible, horrible politician. No one, like, the state is in disarray, and he doesn't, kind of like Jerry Brown, doesn't get how their policies aren't working. So everybody sees that too. Antonio Villaraigosa went to my synagogue one day. It's pretty cool, actually, for one of the whole, like, the holidays, and everyone was in awe. It was pretty cool. It was very, very cool, actually. So I have to say, it was actually a great moment. Everybody was in awe. But yeah, Villaraigosa, actually, I mean, from now on only Republicans because of the insanity. But he would be much better than Gavin Newsom, who is horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. But of course, they chose the worst candidate like they usually do. Hold on one second. So let me go ahead. Give me back my chat, Ozzy J. Any chance of you actually doing an impersonation of Conor McGregor calling out, "You'll do nothing"? Calling out Rosenstein and Hillary's conduct in punking Trump. You'll do nothing. I love Conor McGregor. I don't have a good accent, but I can go ahead. I can do a Chuck Grassley doing Conor. It's a great day for everyone. What? You'll do nothing, like Conor McGregor says. I'm Senator Lee. You don't even know. You don't even know what we have up our sleeve. You don't even know what we have up our sleeve, Chuck Grassley. You ain't seen nothing yet. You think we were going to end with Spartacus? You got another thing coming. You have no idea what we have up in store for you. Mess with the best, you'll get done like the rest. Oh, don't worry. We have something we found out a little birdie told us. A little birdie came and told us something, and you won't be able to get your SCOTUS. Where is Gavin Newsom? Gavin Newsom. He's a great politician, Gavin Newsom. Very trustworthy. Very, very trustworthy. This is a great man, Gavin Newsom. This is so great. Oh, I love this. Okay, hold on one second. Let's hear this guy speak. He's so honest.
Thanks for coming. Great to be here. You are running to
Great to be here.
Jerry Brown, and it'd be hard to imagine two people more different than Jerry Brown and Gavin Newsom in terms of style, age, demeanor. So why are you the guy to replace him?
I've known Jerry literally my entire life.
No way. No way, dude.
Stylistically, I tend to step up and step in.
I want to step up and step in. What does that even mean? What a dummy.
So why are you the guy?
Oh my God. He's like the 80s cool dude that... Give me back my chat, Ozzy J. God bless Julian Assange. Free Assange. Thank you. Absolutely. Absolutely. Ozzy J, this is what we have to deal with. Well, you have Alexander Dumbo Downer. But we have Dumbo Newsom.
To replace him.
I've known Jerry literally my entire life.
No way.
There's a lot of truth to that. Stylistically, I tend to step up and step in, not as passive in certain issues.
Stylistically, I tend to step up and step in. I do the two-step. I step in, step out. Step in, out, in, out.
The knock on me, or the thing people liked, was I was the 12th member of the Board of Supervisors when I was mayor of San Francisco in terms of my legislative agenda.
He just went like this. Legislative agenda, like this. My legislative agenda. In terms of my legislative agenda. What a phony.
I tend to want to lead on reforms.
He went like that.
Wait for them to land on my desk.
What's an example
Like that.
of an issue where you would be
I'm telling you, he went like this. John Cox is going to be a nice wake-up call for this guy. Gavin is a slick. Exactly. except, Bubba Bill. I feel your pain. I'll feel more than that if you want. Patricia Moreno, Bill Clinton at least had something up there. It's yet to be determined if Gavin Newsom has anything up on his brain. Michael O'Connell, H.A. You should sell. Ode to poop. You should smell a poop smell in a bottle. Essence of democratic control. At least 25% of the population would buy beer. 25%, 300, that's a lot of money, bro. Well, but the thing is, we already have it for free. You just go outside, go to a coffee shop and smell it for free. And they'd say, well, why would I buy your poop cologne when I can just go ahead and get it for free? But that's true, though. Michael O'Connell, thank you so very much. Patricia Moreno, thank you. Thank you. But this is so great. I love this guy. So cool. He's a California cool dude. Don't you know? I grew up with some cool dudes. He's a cool dude. He's really, really a cool liberal. He's down. He knows what's going on. He's not a really crazy person like Trump. He's just not stupid like Trump. He knows what's going on. He's pragmatic and he's cool.
It's passive. Issue healthcare. It's devouring the budget of the state. Look, in this country, it's 17.9% of GDP, $3.3 trillion.
Are you going to talk about Medicare for all? Probably not, because you're a fake and a phony. So, like, whoa, did you have it in California? No, you didn't, because guess what? The state legislature could have voted on it. But you didn't do it, dude, because you're a phony. But that's okay, because John Cox might, his last name. Okay.
A year. You can't have a budget conversation. You can't have a pension conversation. You can't have a conversation as it relates to the issues of small business growth unless you're having a healthcare conversation. That's one where I'd take the reins a little bit.
High-speed rail. It is in trouble. It is it's limping along. It is being built, but at the moment it could be a train to nowhere.
The train to nowhere. We do have a train to nowhere.
There may not be private sector money.
Yeah, I don't want to even speculate about that. I want to see if we can bring this thing together. The key is,
I don't want to speculate about something that we've been, spending either money or speculating on or trying to envision, but hasn't, gotten done. So I'm not going to speculate on that. Anyway.
is getting that private sector money. That's the missing leg of the three-legged stool. Also,
A three-legged stool. Great analogy. You're really hip to the analogies. Wow. The three-legged stool.
continue to advocate for more federal dollars. Look, we're patching this together. We're keeping this thing going. You got 1,600 folks quite literally working as we speak. This thing is actually under construction. And the redesign of the first phase.
Oh, John Cox is going to do a number on this guy. He's going to do a number. Let's listen to more of this fantastic person. So this is his victory speech. By the way, John Cox got like over 1,100,000 votes, close to 1,100,000. So did pretty well.
In politics today, everyone would agree with this. There's too much anger.
Oh, totally, dude.
Instead, we offered answers.
He went like this. We offered answers, yo.
We like to call it resistance with results. But one.
Oh, that's pretty stupid.
Everyone would agree with this. There's too much anger.
The guy goes, there's too much anger, and then he goes back to the resistance thing. Oh, my God.
Instead, we offered answers. We like to call it resistance with results. But one thing.
Oh, that's really smart.
Is clear. This is not a victory speech. As much as I want to express my appreciation to all of you individually, I keep hearing the voice of my late mom, Tessa. She was a single mom. She worked multiples, and now get off the stage and get back to work. And she would be right. And where we invest in children, Jeff Sessions, in children, where we don't tear them from the loving arms of their mothers.
Like Obama did when he deported people when they're already here. Dude, read something that was written before 2016, dude. I'll help you. Just go to Google.
State of states.
Go to Google, page 10. Just go to Google, page 10. What's going on in the live chat?
So it's our job. It's our job to grab that baton and sprint boldly towards.
I'm going to grab your baton and sprint boldly, Gavin.
A brighter future. Starting with this. We can fundamentally no longer tolerate the unjust equilibrium of economic and wealth inequality.
That's why you're making everyone poor in California. You're awesome.
We are the most prosperous state in America, but we are also the poorest. The California dream will never be realized until
Why are we the poorest, dude? When everyone who's running it is a Democrat. Democratic governor. Democratic mayors. Dude. That doesn't make any sense, man.
California is sharing in it. It's about equity. It's about sustainability.
You should like make a poop tax. This way, all our debt would be paid off in 2 seconds. We could have a high-speed rail. We have enough poop if you tax it to just do anything you want. I'm all for the poop tax. Because honestly, how can you just poop on the street without even getting taxed for it?
And it's about time to open the doors to business while creating the job security of a changing workforce. Time to rebuild our infrastructure and make everyday life in California's communities more livable and more affordable. Time to reinvest in our public education system, once the envy of the world, and start treating teachers like the heroes that they are.
You're the best, Gavin Newsom. He's so awesome. Let's listen to John Cox. Here, this guy is he's going to obliterate Newsom. This guy's hilarious. So John Cox was on Fox. So he's on Fox a lot, but
despite the fact that the president backs you heavily, we are seeing analysts saying that Newsom is the. Despite the fact that the president backs you heavily, we are seeing analysts saying that Newsom is the.
Oh Lord, why is my stupid? Okay.
Well, I think the people of the state have been living under tremendous struggling conditions, Sherry. I mean, the cost of gasoline, the cost of housing, the cost of water.
Oh, we have a fantastic gas tax, which is awesome.
The availability of water, the mismanagement of the state has been epic. The ruling party in this state has got to take responsibility from that. Mr. Newsom has even admitted that he not only doesn't have any plans or objectives or timelines, he actually admitted that in a recent article, but he says that the Democratic Party, the ruling party here, has got to take ownership of the problems in the state. You know, I'm a small businessman. I started at the bottom. I struggled. The people of this state, Sherry, are really struggling each day to try to make it in this golden state. The rest of the country is enjoying wonderful job growth and wage growth. Meanwhile, here
we're enjoying poop growth. The Democratic legacy.
In California, average working people can't pay their rent. They can't fill up their tank with gasoline. They're driving 2 hours or more on
This is John Cox.
Clogged expressways trying to get to their job. And then, you know, they're having to struggle to look at the end of the month and see that they can't save any money for the house that they want to buy because it's so expensive. I'm a businessman. I've spent a career solving.
So that would be absolutely hilarious because then you have Hollywood and they won't know what to do. They won't know what to do. You'll have Hollywood and they're going to be like, they're going to just not know what to do. They're gonna be like, what? We have a Republican governor? Like, he could win. If he wins, it would be absolutely an upset of all upsets. You can kiss any hope. You can kiss any hope. Well, it's any hope of blue wave goodbye. Not gonna be a blue wave. But I just can't believe 3 points down. Wow. That's just craziness. It really is just craziness. I mean, John Cox could win. Wow. Wow. That's insane. That is insane. It's going to be a fun time, November 6th. It is going to be a fun time on this channel. Nice. I love this. A vote for McCaskill is a vote for Nancy Pelosi.
For Claire McCaskill is a vote for Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, and your new de facto leader of the Democrat Party, the legendary Maxine Waters. The new platform of the Democrat Party is radical socialism and open borders. A vote for any Democrat this November. You got to get out and vote. I know you.
Well, actually, he's not. There's no hyperbole there. So a lot of people want to abolish borders. They want to abolish ICE. A lot of protesters were like, no borders. So if you want to abolish ICE, at least you want to abolish. Just run on that. Well, they are running on that, actually. They run it like everything. They run to abolish ICE, but then they don't tell you what other government agency is going to do the work of ICE. But this is like, Democrats are done. They're so stupid. They don't even believe all the nonsense that they claim to believe. Well, it's not nonsense. There's like, some noble things like Medicare for all, but that are not feasible. When I used to want it, I never really questioned if its feasibility. Then I became a Trump supporter. Then I became more conservative, and I asked, well, is it feasible? It's not. But this is hilarious.
You're complacent. We had this great victory. I know that the odds are sort of against us, but I don't know why. We have the greatest economy in history. We have the greatest. But they say, hey, out of 100 years, like 3 times, whoever's in the White House loses the midterm. You lose the midterm, we're going to go through nothing but fights. We're going to be fighting to keep what you have. They're going to want to take it away. You got to get up. Can't be complacent.
It's game over. It is game over, ladies and gentlemen. It is game over. You're not going to go ahead and win midterm. Pelosi doesn't say, oh, yeah, Medicare for all and abolish ICE. She doesn't. I'm still waiting for Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer to take a knee. Then you'll have to get a crane to get them both up. Democrats are like, oh, well, it's right. Nobody's saying nobody has a right. But represent. If you're Democrats, you represent, no? They don't ever represent. They don't ever represent. S.L. Sully, you shook Trump's hand? That's awesome. Very cool. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. Oh, and they want to abolish the Electoral College. Thank you, Sean. For that. They want to abolish the Electoral College. Oh my God. They're out of their minds, as always. The Democratic Party is out of their minds. Twelfth Amendment, Electoral College. We've only had it since, what, 1804, it says. But, Hillary lost, so let's just rewrite the Constitution or the Bill of Rights. Or the 12th Amendment of the Constitution. Go out and vote. I mean, go out and vote, ladies and gentlemen. Go out and vote. I mean, you have to go out and vote unless you want Nancy Pelosi to try to run the show. I mean, could you imagine? That is a frightening Nancy Pelosi. Nancy Pelosi. That is a frightening proposition. Oh my God. Could you imagine? Could you imagine the nonstop fighting? Could you imagine the nonstop fighting? It would be never ending. It would be chaos. It would be chaos. And then they'd be like, oh, we slowed down Trump's economic growth. We slowed down the economy. Yay. It's like, what? Why are you doing that? That's crazy. Only crazy people would do that. Well, you're Democrats, so. Child of Yah, Tesla studied by a giant fan invention. Thomas Edison's response to the large machine was to steal it and claim he invented air conditioning. Wow. Child of Yah. Yes, George Orwell. Thank you, Child of Yah. Well, let's go ahead really quickly and see before we end this amazing live stream. Best Democrats get is 22 seats. Best Democrats get is 22 seats. And that's with the best. That's with the best case scenario. And that's also not only that they have to then keep, like, they can't have any upsets on their end. And they don't have the money. On election night, I'm going to party right here. Exactly. The next morning, I'm going to watch The View. Pretty much. Pretty much. Luke St. Martin, thank you. You are invited. You are all invited. Be here November 6th. It's going to be a party, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a party. It's going to be amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, God bless. Thank you, Luke St. Martin, to my super chat. Thank you so much. Thanks for being an amazing moderator. To all my moderators, thank you, Eric H526. Democrats will lose the House and Senate after 2 years of nonstop, never-ending attacks. Never-ending attacks. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I will see you tomorrow. Thank you so much. God bless.